following podcast may contain some adult language. You've been warned.
Welcome to Finding the Narrative, the Genesys RPG Podcast. This is a show dedicated to the Genesys Role Playing System created by Fantasy Flight Games and produced by Edge Studios. A show in which we, your hosts, discuss all things Genesys from both a player's and a GM's perspective. I'm Tony Fanning, and with me as always are my good friends, co-hosts, brothers from other mothers, Chris Holmes and Stefan Dragonspawn. Homie, how are you on this fine Christmas weekend?
I'm doing pretty good, man. So my daughters, they're great. Lexi painted me a picture of like these two like green eyes, kind of a little bit of more of impressionist abstract, and I think I've got the next big bad evil guy in a fantasy setting for sure. Definitely inspiring. So thank you. And then my youngest, Fallon, she got me something called Heroes Feast.
Oh, nice!
Basically,
That's a great book.
The D&D cookbook.
You got that too, huh?
Yeah, was gonna make orc bacon today, but I'm gonna have to try the orc bacon because I got brown sugar, salt, pepper, orange juice. Yeah, so we're gonna try that at some point. I'll let you guys know how it is. Maybe I'll vacuum seal it and mail it to you. Mail some to you guys. So how about you, Stefan? How you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good too. We're surviving up here in the Great White North. Couldn't go to my folks' place because both there and here are doing some more lockdown. But we're all safe. We did some FaceTime conversations, which is nice still. Yeah. And the dogs are enjoying all the snow. They're running around like crazy in it. So they're big Bernese mountain dogs. So they love this kind of weather.
Awesome.
Other than that, nothing much there. Staying nice and safe. What about you, Tony?
Stayed home. Didn't do anything. Wife and I spent the entire holiday, just the two of us at home. It was quiet, just us and the dog. I think she posted like 5 videos of the dog playing to Facebook.
I saw one of them. Yeah, with you playing tug of war.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I made her favorite dish for Christmas dinner. Whitefish Grenoble. I made that for her, and she was all excited. So we just relaxed around the house. I played a ton of Cyberpunk 2077 this weekend. Like 20 hours.
It's awesome, dude. Finish it yet?
No. Why? Do I have to?
Did you get all of the achievements on it yet?
I have an entire suit of legendaries, and all my weapons are legendary. Does that count?
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
How about your car? Is that legendary and indestructible yet?
I do have. That's not indestructible. There's no way I'll never be able to drive. I wish they had an indestructible car. I might survive driving.
Awesome.
But I don't think I'll ever get any better at it at this point. I can make it from point A to point B with at least one crash. That's it.
Awesome. That is awesome.
But I am driving the 210 mile an hour sports car. So in my defense, hairpin curves are a bitch.
Well, yeah. Imagine so.
Got to learn how to do that Night City drift. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
thing handles like a boat.
Great.
Oh, but anyhow, no, I've just been enjoying the trickle down of 2020. It's almost like we're putting it in a box and saying goodbye to it.
Yeah.
A coffin is more like just nail it shut.
I want to put it in one of those.
Wards on it, and let's never speak about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to put it in a box with those. You know how dynamite just kind of decays over time? That's where I want to put like 2020 in one of those boxes, and just like shoot it up in the air. Just
But knowing our luck, it's probably going to end up being freaking puzzle box to like in Hellraiser, and it's just the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
we can
Pandora.
no, all kidding aside, we are doing our 2020 wrap-up show.
Mhm.
So let's wrap this bitch up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Stefan. All right, so welcome to Boosting the Signal, where Stefan is going to share all the hot Genesis news off of the from the DriveThruRPG, the Edge Studio section of DriveThruRPG. So, what you got for us, bud?
Well, first off, I've got two little things. One is a little adaptation called Historias del Bucle, which is Spanish for Tales from the Loop. So a while back, there was a role-playing game kind of inspired from, playing young kids in these all kinds of weird things happening in the world around them. And it was a great setting with lots of evocative images of the 80s that never was, with these weird things that are happening. So people in Europe adapted the Tales from the Loop setting to Genesis, but like I said, in Spanish. But it still looks good. I looked real quickly at their preview on DriveThruRPG. It's over 180 pages. So it covers, I think, all the more importantes points and features on that period of that setting. And
Cool.
I think in Spanish, people who speak Spanish or are more Latino could easily adapt it. There's a lot of Spanish people in Europe and in the Americas, so they can relate to either settings or locations that are in the main book. That's why it's a bit more expensive. It's at $24.23 US. That probably converts from euros, so that's probably why the 23 cents.
Is that 180 pages? Is that metric system?
Yeah, metric pages. So link in the show notes for that. So you want to, if anyone who speaks a bit of Spanish wants to muddle through, or if you're fluent Spanish, then it'll be easy for you. And then it's a follow-up to something else that came up a little while ago. I talked about it on the previous show. Fantastic Factions by none other than a friend of the show, Chris Markham. The Bard of Manara, as I like to call him, since he's coming up with all kinds of stuff for Turnoff. So Keith Capel gave him a thumbs up to use the faction supplement that he produced. And that allowed Chris to create 10 types of factions within Manara and Turnoff with different ranks and charts. So each one has its own charts of 5 ranks or tiers with 50 new talents inside. He gave us a nice copy, a free copy for us to look at, and I did look into it a little bit more. And he keeps some of the factions open-ended, a bit generic, so that the GM can customize them. For example, the one is the Assassin Brotherhood. Could be any assassin group in the game world. For example, he mentions the Zszree Brotherhoods of Al-Khalim, which would be set, of course, in the sort of like Arabian Nights kind of setting or realm of Al-Khalim. You could set them also in the kingdom of or kingdom or area of Manara or the jungles, whatever. You could have a secret Brotherhood of Assassin there, and then he details a few more specific ones. Such as the Loramore military or the marshals that travel the lands. But even then, this could also be used as templates for other factions in Tirnoth or your own homebrew campaign. So any kind of police or law enforcement groups, that you substitute that for the marshals. Just change the name if you want. Cool. And that's 21 pages for only $250.
Nice. Does he have a Mimic Brotherhood or the Mimic Cartel? In that one?
No. I'm sure you can make one.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Just stat out
They're
the
known
mimics.
as the Cult of Seeming, by the way.
Yes.
Oh no.
Seems like this table has been here before.
Seems like, yeah.
It seems like a table to me.
Yeah. Did that table just burp?
Seems like it.
And I'm just sure that dresser just went. I think it's looking at me. All right. So I hope that helps put a little bit of a shine on those two products and boost your signal. And hopefully you'll check those out. Links, like I said, in the show notes.
Yeah.
So that's it for boosting the signal for this show.
Welcome to the Books of Genesis, where we break down a subject of one of the books of Genesis bit by bit. But not today. No, today we are breaking down the year of 2020 that was. Bit by bit, piece by piece. And we're chucking it in a fucking trash can.
Yeah, it's good fucking riddance.
And then we're sharing our hopes and thoughts and dreams and plans for 2020.
And the dumpster fire that is 2020.
We're going to warm our hands on that dumpster fire right now, right?
Right. And as I said, we're sharing our hopes and thoughts and dreams and whatnots for 2021. And let's, hope that that's better.
Well, that's one hope and dream.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, by the way. I think all three of us want 2021 to be better.
Yes.
It's not a spoiler alert. The whole fucking world does.
Pretty much.
I know. All righty.
Okay. All right. So, shows of 2020 we did. I did a little metric here for us because I think it's nice to to kind of put this in perspective. Mm-hmm. Right. So we did a grand total of, if you count this one, 15, 11, 26 episodes this year.
Nice.
Which is our goal each year to get 25. So we're overachieving.
Mm-hmm. Well, was it a leap year? No,
in fact, we even had a 2-week vacation.
We kind of did, didn't we?
So that came out really nice.
Yeah.
But we had ourselves, for the first time, we had ourselves a couple of different show formats. One was successful, one was not so much. I shouldn't say it wasn't successful. It's just we found it wasn't our style. Right. And that was the Founder Focus episodes. We did 4 of those. And while all of our guests were great, for us, it didn't feel like our show.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So we kind of
basically the interview shows. Yeah.
Kind of rolled that out of the show schedule.
We did.
Yeah. Unless something really special will come up, I don't think we're going to do it anymore.
Right.
Probably not.
It'd have to be something unique.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But then we had 7 actual play episodes. 7.
More our style.
Yeah, those were fun.
I think those were more our style too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, more to come on that.
Yeah.
Then we had, including this, I don't really call this one a regular show, but 14 regular topic shows.
Right.
Covering various topics from the books and from our setting creation conversations on Tales of the Epsilon Eclipse.
And I think, didn't we add, did we add the boosting the signal and the on the slab this year, or did we start those last year?
Those came out of our September summit last year.
Gotcha, and we kind of, okay.
I thought that on the slab came in maybe a little later.
A little later. I started it in November, but the idea was born in September.
Okay.
Gotcha. Which I think both of those segments are awesome, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Great additions, most definitely.
Totally agree with Stefan's edition of the Boosting the Signal. I really enjoy hearing about stuff that I missed. Like I did not even hear about that Spanish-produced Tales from the Loop.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Is it a knockoff or is it a reproduction?
No, it
It's
seems
their
to be
conversion,
like
right?
it's their conversion of it. Like,
I wonder how they got away with avoiding copyright.
I don't know. Maybe there's a disclaimer in Spanish that I didn't quite get, but maybe they asked permission.
Well, maybe they did, or maybe there are different rules. Being in Europe, if there are different trademark rules over there, I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, there's
The origin of it, maybe.
I forget that the globe doesn't follow the U.S. laws all the time.
No,
Not all the
very-
time. No.
Very United States centric that my brain is, you know.
Well, it
That's
is what it
okay.
is. Yep.
Or maybe I was just teasing, getting you guys to admit that. So, but no, yeah. So I think we covered quite a bit of material this year.
We did.
Well, yeah, and even if we don't do the founder focus anymore, the AP's actual plays actually allow us to sometimes bring in someone else, a friend of ours, a friend of the show, individual friends of ours that can contribute to the show.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. We had the release of Keyforge this year, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of took up some of the content and.
Yeah, and that was the final book from Fantasy Flight Games. And the other product that they had released this year was the Adversary / story element cards or whatever that they had for Keyforge.
Oh, yeah.
They were weirdly sized.
Right.
Really?
Yes,
those.
that was my only problem with them is that they were such a weird size that I can't find a sheath for them.
Right.
Were they too big or too small or?
They're too big. They're too
wow.
big for a standard. See, I store all my
Sleeve,
stuff in
yeah.
a 3-ring binder.
Yep.
And so I put all my cards and adversary cards in a 3-ring binder, and I have them in there. And so the pages that those go into, I buy standard card stock ones, and I can just slide the cards in. Well, these were weird shaped, and I haven't found a sleeve, a 3-ring binder sleeve that fits them without having a lot of slack.
Gotcha.
In there.
Yeah.
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 They're just an odd shape. That was my only complaint about them. Otherwise, they were really nice.
Well,
If you want to protect them, I guess you could have them plastified, like laminated.
no, but then to
That's-
put them in the the 3-ring binder, you still wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Do that.
I'd have to make buy a 3-hole punch, or take them to a Staples, which now the Staples that was a block from my house is about 50 blocks the other way. It's too much work. I'll just put them on the shelf.
Put them on the shelf. Yeah. So covered a bit more. I think we covered a bit more content than the expanded player's guide too. That didn't come out this year. That came out last year, but we did.
Right, but we've been putting a lot of emphasis, and we still got a few more shows to come out of that book. That was a high quality book that where the Genesys core rule book kind of fed us for a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Terranoth and Shadow's Beanstalk kind of fed us for year 2. But they added more lore than content.
Yeah.
And same thing with Keyforge. It added more lore than content. Whereas with the expanded player's guide, it was all content. It's all tools for the Genesys system.
Well, so sometimes defining a bit more what was missing in the core book, like vehicles. Well, we're going to probably revisit that, but a bit more tones, adversaries, which we did focus on an entire episode on, or 2 even, about adversaries.
Magic.
How to build them, and
added the 3 magic actions and a bunch of talents related, magic focused talents.
Yep. Yeah.
So that was cool.
Now, and another thing we did in our standard show topics is we pretty much put to bed the creation conversations for Tales of the Epsilon Eclipse, with all of the adversaries and the talents and the archetypes, careers, skills.
Then we talked about the bar tab, our own twist on the obligation mechanic from Star Wars, right?
Right.
Yep.
Now, all of which, I mean, boiled down to having pretty decent, cool setting for one-shots, in my opinion. I don't know if
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if I find a lot of footing for a huge campaign, maybe short campaign in it.
4 campaigns, story arcs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep. That was pretty good.
And just throwing ideas around, my insect people and Chris's lumberjacks and and the various.
Oh yes, the Order of the Axe and Saw.
Yeah,
that's right. Torrens.
Various Torrens. Yep. Those were fun to create.
Yeah, they were.
Oh man,
that was
the whole setting was fun to create, and over time, the evolution of the original idea, which we were just like, let's create a space fantasy, but not really space. Let's do dimensional travel. And that's where we
space and time.
And then Stefan's like, well, I want to put bugs in it. All right. You're right in that mode of like, not saying no. I want bug characters with psionics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll create one character race that's 3 little buggers.
That's right.
One character.
And then
that was probably by far my favorite. Of those
I like that one.
Races,
yeah. And your 3 little bugs can be lumberjacks too. So got to throw lumberjacks in there. Of course. I mean, that's totally obvious.
I liked when we played an advantageous threat, and I decided to roll up one of those Zol characters of 3, so zip, zap, and zoom.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was good.
We had a lot of good advantageous threats this year, believe it or not.
Yeah, we had lots of fun.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we
threw my hat to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad we started putting the characters on RPG sessions. It makes kind of finding them and actually using them again so much easier.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, those are good.
Yep.
Instead of going back through the episodes of like, oh, when did I create this character? What episode was that? What theme was that?
That's it.
So
exactly.
But also for the year, we kind of increased our social media presence with Stefan stepping forward and creating the Twitter account for us and really getting into kind of being our community outreach, so to speak.
Yeah, sometimes I was the one contacting people like, hey, do you want to come on the show? And we're still doing founder stuff. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do get some interactions with some of our listeners and followers on Twitter. A couple of them, Cody and Jer, I believe it is, or Nico, one another guy, because that's his first name on his profile, Nico, and Cody, which I sometimes interact with. Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm more of a social media lurker. I'm there because I have to be, because if I wasn't, my wife would question my sanity. Other than that,
there you go. Yeah. Added to I think we added our in the last few months. I think I added us to Amazon podcasts and music.
Right.
Google Play Podcasts or whatever it is.
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts. Yeah. So.
No, it's been a constructive year for us. We even stepped out of our shell and became an independent show this year. Kind of went off on our own, and that's been a fun experience. Just the 3 of us, and we're
still in contact with some of the people who are on Nerds International, but we just stepped away. That's all.
Yeah,
we continue forward.
That's right.
That is
so,
right.
What do you guys? How was? I mean, we all know how 2020 was for everyone, but can you think of some positive, I guess, things to say about how 2020 helped for the year? How about you, homie?
I cranked up the online gaming with you guys to 11, which actually that fucking kept me sane all year. So thank you guys, and thanks to all the you guys listening who I've gamed with. That it's just
guys who
helps.
have volunteered to run shit for us, and us volunteering shit to run shit for each other has been
therapeutic in a way. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. Deep sigh, can breathe, and escape this crazy freaking world, man, that we're living in. That's changed.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, that's it. Like, it has been a bit more difficult, but I'm very thankful and grateful for you two guys. Great friends. I think that being still able to nerd out over Genesys and other role-playing stuff has helped.
Yep.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Yeah. Even though my own internet limits maybe how long I can game remotely, it has helped. Sometimes when I think if this had happened during the 80s or 90s, when I don't think anyone could have adapted so well. It's like, oh no, there's no internet. It's like, what do we do? We can't game face to face. Crap.
Yeah, technology definitely helps for sure.
If it had happened in the early 80s, I would have been too young to care. I would have just been home playing all day, digging in my driveway, creating stuff for my Star Wars figures and my Matchbox cars.
Oh, Matchbox cars! You parking your cars too, like I did.
Yep. If it had been in the late 80s, I probably just would have been high the entire time and not really noticed.
Nice.
If it had been the 90s, I'd have been too busy staying at home dad thing to care. So
there you go.
I was single during those decades, years, so I was still gaming a lot face to face. So I would have gone maybe a little bit bat-stir crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you, keeping this show going every other week helped too. Keeping that on the schedule and keeping that going, that helped for sure.
Yeah, there were times it kind of was difficult to get motivated to try and be positive for everybody when the whole world around you is just kind of
on the shit.
Feels like it's falling apart.
Yeah, no shit.
And
I know.
I can say without a doubt that is definitely more a perception than a reality.
Yeah.
That we have to take a breath. We have to realize that we still have, a lot of us still have a lot to be thankful for, a lot of good things in our lives.
Oh yeah.
And
I was going to say, it made me appreciate where I live more, even though, like I said, the internet thing is one thing, but we have a nice big plot of 11 acres of land. We have great neighbors, even though they're not next door, but they're still close enough that we can stay in contact, but we could still walk around the land. We're not stuck in a small apartment in Toronto or Montreal or any other big city and little condo and not allowed to go out. No, we can go out in and out whenever we want and have the dogs play around, which was great during the summertime because we spent most of the time on the front porch on our gin and tonic deck.
The gin and tonic, nice.
Yep, that's the official name, although it can be expanded to other things. But sometimes the weather permitting, we'd have breakfast, lunch, and supper there. So with the dogs running around. So it was great.
Now,
nice.
I kind of, for myself, I just want to say this before we move into how we want the future to go, and I want to just say that my heart goes out to anyone who lost someone this year to the pandemic or otherwise, and I'm sure I speak for both my co-hosts here when I say that we raise a glass together in a salute to all the fallen.
Yep.
Definitely. Definitely.
And
well said, Tony.
Yep. Nope. And going forward.
Yeah.
So
what do you want? What do you want next year? What are your wishes, Tony?
What do I want? I want world peace. No, just kidding. I mean, I want that too, but all
right, Miss Michigan. No. What else?
No, speaking specifically from Genesys viewpoint, I'd like to see Edge Studios step up and put out more content, whether it be adversaries or more talents or more lore or more
adventures,
for their existing properties, particularly Realms of Terranoth and Shadow of the Beanstalk. I'd like to see those lines breathed new life with Edge Studios. I know they've got a great writing staff. At least two of them I know. I've talked to, and they're friends of the show, and they've got a great head of the studio there. So I'm hoping that they'll do that they'll breathe some more life into those settings, because they're great settings.
Right.
What about you, homie?
Myself, Tannhauser. I want the Tannhauser setting, but I don't
you're
think
not
we're
getting
gonna
the
get
book. You want the announcement?
I don't know. Yeah, I want that. I want it. I want it. But you know what? What I would also like, I want that Zombicide RPG to come out at some point, because I know they have that on the Edge Studios site. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. Yeah.
What if it uses its own funky dice? Are you gonna buy them?
Yeah, 5 copies. 5 sets of dice, probably.
Yeah, it's that one for him, one for me, one for you.
I
one
wouldn't
for
doubt
Jamie,
they will.
For Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll probably use their own funky dice, probably the same dice as the board game if they're smart. So you can, if you have the board game or whatever, you can reuse them. You can reuse those dice that you have. But I don't know, that'd just be interesting. Just something new, something fresh. So, how about you, Stefan?
Me, well, a bit like you guys. Yeah, more content for what they've already have would be great, of course. But also coming up with maybe some accessories. Sometimes I have ideas. I came up with my own critical hit cards, critical injury cards. Well, they could come up with one for Genesis. They did some for Star Wars and some other stuff. Story point tokens and stuff. This is all items that could be more for face-to-face games, which right now can wait.
Not so much now.
I guess. That's it.
You're always looking to accessorize, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's all about the accessories. So, but no, I guess there'd be some great ideas for great tools. I've made sometimes some of my own. In the meantime. Other than that, yeah, Twilight Imperium that they've announced, that's a pretty good setting for sci-fi. But yeah, we'll come up with some more stuff for what they've already got out there. Other companies come up with all kinds of stuff for their products, not just the main book. So,
This is true.
Luckily, we have some great product content creators out there. First through the Foundry and now Edge Studios. Yep. So there is some support out there.
Yeah, just keep putting your stuff up on DriveThruRPG. Stefan will find it. We'll link it on the show.
I almost forgot something when we were in the In Memorium section.
Oh?
It was announced last week that Fantasy Flight Games will be closing down the RPG forums.
Yep.
Right. I wanted to mention that too, and I forgot to put it in the notes.
I think it's January 31st was going to be the last day, right?
Right.
That's what it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've, if you have anything on there that you want to, like I went on there and downloaded a few things that I had put off from the Genesis section there and the Star Wars section, where just to have those resources available on my computer, I think everybody should do that before the end of the month if you want it.
Yep.
There's good resources on there that are created by players and GMs alike that they'll I'm sure they'll find new homes. Mm-hmm. But right now, while they're all in one place, go get them.
Yeah. And if you want to scroll back through some of the older episodes where we did the where we did the 50 pieces of awesome, I've linked for the most part. I'd say 9 times out of 10, it was the link to the actual thread in those forums where I got those downloads. Maybe a few of them had like the direct links to them. If you wanted to check all those things out, so feel free.
Yeah, there's
Going
also
forward.
there's also my link to Dragonstar, so it's all there. So if you want to plug,
Yeah. Shameless plug, right?
shameless plug.
But going forward, the community, we're still strong on Facebook. We're still strong on MeWe. We're still strong on Reddit. We're still strong on, there's a Genesys Discord server where a lot of the people that created those things hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And go to those communities and ask around. I'm sure somebody will have what you're looking for. If there was something in the forum and you just missed it, the deadline, you got sidetracked or whatever,
right?
You didn't get on there, get it.
They'll be willing to share.
Exactly. And I know several people have asked Scott Zumwalt or Drainsmith to house things on his repository of everything or whatever it is. Suppository of everything? I can't.
That's
something like that.
Depository of everything.
Depository, not suppository. It's not a bunch of shit up there. Oh, it's good stuff.
That's good
kidding.
stuff.
It's good shit, though, I must say.
That is some good shit.
It's some good shit up there.
So
I guess you could call it a suppository of everything.
But no, he's got a lot of stuff there already, and some people have asked him to add things. So,
So thanks for doing that, you guys.
Yep.
So we have plans.
We have plans for 2021.
Yep.
All falling into place.
That's right.
So without further ado, we will start discussing those. So what's first thing in order, homie? What are you going to do for us?
I'm gonna finish our Saturday morning cartoon series of actual plays with the Speed Buggy 2021 Invitational. So we're gonna have Tony and Stefan and one of our online buddies come join us for a race using Genesys style. Yeah.
Speed Buggy.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So gonna kind of streamline the kind of taken what I saw in let me see, one of the last actual plays that I ran or adventure that I saw, and the Jewel of Yavin, what they did there, kind of created my own to kind of give it a nice little feel. So we'll see how that plays. We'll see how it plays. I'm curious.
Yeah, and that kind of started with me just deciding by chance I want to run a Johnny Quest thing.
Yeah, and then Tony's like, "Well, I want to do Thundar," and we're like, "Well, shit! Now I got to do a Saturday morning."
Yeah.
So what other Saturday morning cartoons? And then we're like, "Well, let's make it a Saturday morning cartoon series." All right, well, let's do it.
That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Love it when those things just pop out of our gray matter, if you will.
That's it.
We have our moments of brilliance.
Yeah, sometimes they're few and far between, and sometimes alcohol-induced, but hey.
There you go. And it's not the
That's what we're calling it now. Is that what we're calling it now? It's brilliance.
Yeah.
Well, brilliance is relative, isn't it? Or that's beauty. Well, whatever.
Inspiration or...
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Hey, Stefan, what's the other thing? What's the next thing we were going to do more of next year?
Well, we want to do more spotlight settings. Setting the spotlight.
I think we have one or two left to round out and have all of the sample settings that they put in the books.
Yep, commented on and have our own.
Because I think we did the sort of mythic. We did do the mythic heroes out of the EPG.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did
post-apocalyptic.
Mm-hmm.
Post-apocalyptic. I think there was a monstrous one.
Yeah, Monster World. We have yet to do there.
Haven't done that one yet.
Yeah. And then of course we've got finishing our dissection of the EPG, as we mentioned earlier. We've got a show or two on vehicles, and then we're probably going to do a show or two on setting creation rules from there, the random tables and whatnot.
Oh.
Maybe just have some fun with it.
Randomly create our own world or 3 worlds or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a setting this year of a new one. I think I'm gonna hold off on that.
Mm-hmm. But we'll go through that. We'll go through the random tables, like making those random rolls on that table for that setting. We didn't do that, did we?
No, we haven't.
Adversary part.
So when we created our settings, both of them, the EPG, when we had our brainstorming sessions, the EPG had not dived into our hands.
Right.
And so I think it'd be fun to just see what kind of settings
Randomly
we could come up with a few random rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. And then yeah. What else we got coming up?
Well, Stefan, we got something coming that's right up your alley with the new shows that are coming. Some of them. What do you got? What are we gonna do, buddy?
Well, yeah, we'll be focusing a bit more on some various offerings that people come up with on the Foundry, or so instead of me just speaking briefly on maybe 1, 2, or maybe 3 products, we'll delve a little bit more deeply into one of those items and review it a bit more in depth.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I think some
known
of
as
the
Foundry, but
some of the
Studio space. Yeah.
Edge Studio Foundry.
Some of those offerings up there are full setting books, and I think deserve an entire show to discuss. I think.
Right.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so the big news, I guess I'll take it. So the big news in our show is going to be our show format. So we're still going to continue to do bi-weekly shows, or at least attempt to do bi-weekly. I'm sure that when we're all let out of when the baby gate is open and we're all allowed to travel again, that there may be weeks where we're taking off for vacations. But we may have little breaks here and there, but we're still planning on doing the bi-weekly offerings, so to speak. And but we're going to be doing some actual play campaigns.
Yeah.
So short campaigns, and I'll be kicking that off for us in February. And so our format will be for the year, starting with Chris's first actual play that rounds out the Saturday morning cartoon series. Then we'll have a regular show. Then we'll have an actual play as part of a campaign. And then we'll have a regular show. And we'll continue that. Every other episode will be part of that campaign. Now, we may sprinkle in a one-shot here and there. But we're going to do regular show, actual play, regular show, actual play, and go back and forth. And the main reason for that is, if you guys haven't noticed out there, there's not a lot of content left to cover that we haven't covered in Genesys, in the offerings that have been done by the publisher thus far.
Right.
And so in order to slow our material dissemination, we're gonna be playing a little more.
Yeah.
So, and I tell you, I look forward to doing an actual campaign. We can talk about how characters evolve over time.
Yep.
And my first one will be to offer up a campaign for Primordial Machina. I'll be doing one for Stefan and Chris, and we haven't decided whether we were going to have a third guest or whether we were going to make it more two-player personable. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
we'd probably be able to get more done with just the two of us if we wanted to stretch the story more. With just two of us, we could.
Good.
That'd be cool.
More ROLE play as opposed to ROLL play.
Yeah, that too.
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah, and so that's a possibility. But I will be running Primordial Machina, and that'll be instead of everybody making new characters. We're just gonna kick that off with the pre-gens that I made, and allow these two decide what pre-gen they want to play, and then kind of evolve them. Afterwards, so that'll be fun.
Yep. Yeah, that will be.
Yeah, tweak them a little bit and see as they go along.
And then
we'll see.
Speaking of Primordial Machina, that was one of the things we're going to commit to this year is finishing that up.
Yes,
the
maybe.
assembly. Maybe. Yes, maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Yes, maybe. And yes, maybe finally committing to finishing the assembly of and sharing.
I always say maybe.
I
always say maybe because you never know what the world's going to throw at us. I mean, this year it threw a pandemic at us.
Kind of did. Kind of did.
I'm not ruling out it never being done.
Yeah, and maybe this year we just do one of them. Maybe Primordial Machina because it's the oldest. Get that one out, and maybe Epsilon Eclipse will be the following year.
Yeah. Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Yes, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe for sure. Around that time, ETA.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay. Okay.
It will come out around that time.
Exactly. Not wishy-washy at all.
By December, not saying which year, but by December it should be up.
Maybe.
Maybe,
because what if there are no more Decembers?
Yeah,
true.
Never know. They may invent a new method of keeping time. Yeah. I'm not saying that in a negative light. Progress.
Well, I mean, come on. To be honest, now let's be fair, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have like 4 more days for that alien invasion to happen. All right, so
hey,
that could fuck with time. I mean,
remember, Reign of Fire occurred during December of 2020.
Did it?
Just saying, the Dragon Apocalypse could happen tomorrow.
Oh. Ooh, dragons! I like dragons.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Because they are very fiery, like Zandra.
Nice.
Well, I know what character you're going to be playing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So, gentlemen, final words on the wrap up for the year or the future.
Chris,
me? My final words will be #Flush 2020. I mean, I saw that on a billboard the other day for a plumbing site.
That's great advertising right there.
Yeah, it was. It's #Flush 2020. I'm like, what the fuck? Why not? I just almost called them
down the drain.
Down the drain, man. But no, but seriously, just want to continue gaming, having fun with it. Most definitely, love escaping, coming up with new worlds, new adventures, and new stories, new characters, good times. Want to see whether we can take down the Mimic Cartel in Eberron at some point this year. That'd be great.
Cult of Seeming.
Cult of Seeming. Yeah, the Cult of Seeming. Yep. How about you guys?
Stefan?
Final words. Yeah. Hey, 2020. Fuck the hell off. Okay. Take a long walk off a short pier. You've been sticking around way too long. Let's reboot this fucker. All right.
Nice.
Let's never talk about the shortcut ever again. So, my favorite meme or something about that is like when God says, "All right, so," speaks to his angel Gabriel. Have you done the pandemics or the cataclysms for the 20s? What? Were you in 2020? No, the 20s. The 2020s? Oh no! You want to space them out for over a decade?
Nice.
I just condensed them all into 2020.
Yeah.
Sorry, my lord.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it hopefully for me the final word on 2020 is au revoir Good luck. Bye-bye.
Yes. Don't let the door hit you on the ass, or please do.
But we've learned social distance is a good thing through the year. We've learned, most of us have learned that. Social distance is a good thing. And for an introvert who doesn't like to be touched, that has been a positive of 2020. I'd like people to carry into the future. Just, can we not shake hands ever again? That'd be great.
That's right.
Not for me.
At each other.
That's right. Oh, by the way, wear your mask over your fucking nose. Who cares if you can't breathe? Idiots. All of you fucking idiots, man.
It's a mask.
Put the masks over your nose.
Hey,
Fucking
new
idiots.
Studies have shown that the nostrils are connected to the lungs, believe it or not.
Yeah, believe it or not. It's great.
Shocking. It's all fake news.
Yeah, no. 2020 can suck it. So let's.
Oh well, for me, it's been tougher because I'm a hugger. I like physical contact. I can respect someone else who might not like it as much. But yeah, it's like okay, I have to stay away.
You can respect that? What?
I can.
That's what you showed me at the con. Love you, Stafford.
Well, you're the one when we met at the con. We recorded on the show. You're the one who sat next to me on the bed. On the bed. In Tony's room. In your guy's room. You even mentioned it on the recording.
Right.
Said, hey, I'm sitting on the bed with Stefan.
Yeah.
All we had to do was lie back, and we could say, "I'm lying down in the bed with Stefan."
Well,
alrighty then.
I'm in bed with Stefan.
Let's hope that the one thing that 2020 didn't kill is conventions, and we can get back to doing that next year. Because I'd like to have
live.
I'd like to commit to going to the convention. I've mentioned it to you guys, and we've not mentioned it. And this was my surprise final word, is that we as a group, the three of us, have decided to try and make it to the next available Gamer Nation Con down in Texas.
That's right.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, to where the vast majority of the Genesis folks get together, the Star Wars folks get together. Going to try and commit to making it to the next available one. Now, I know they're postponed their last one, and it's probably still going to be booked up, so we may have to wait another year.
Maybe.
But that's if conventions come back. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also where our good friend and friend of the show, Darren West, lives. It would be great to meet him face to face as well.
And I suppose if they do make it a virtual con, to maybe partake in some of the online gaming if they do any of that, potentially.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find out when that is in 2021.
I think the plan was April as of right now, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yep.
Anywho,
well,
that's pretty much it for the meat and potatoes and the vegetable, the main course.
Yep.
Even the cranberry gel that nobody likes, but that I like.
You like
for
that?
our show? Yeah, I love that stuff. So the rest of you can fuck off. It's good stuff.
How it slurps out of the can, you got to shake it, and then just kind of cut it, and then you slice it. Okay.
Oh yeah. You cut it in half, and you eat an entire half in one bite.
Yeah, Michael makes his homemade cranberry.
Like an oyster.
Open wide.
All right, let's go play on the slab.
All right. All right, this is a segment of the show where Tony chooses an adversary from one of the books, and we dissect it bit by bit. So what's on the slab today, Tony?
Why, a little offering from Realms of Terranoth. a little creature that I have loved since the first time I opened this book. And Homie said, "Look at page 192. Oh my God."
Oh yeah.
And that is the Kobold. Cobalt
96, something like that. Oh.
Yes, the Kobolds. To give you their blurb, centuries ago, a sorcerer desperately in need of minions used magic to twist a race of beast men to suit his own depraved purposes. He made them smaller so that they could better work in tight spaces, slash their intelligence so they could never revolt against him, and then made them genderless so that they wouldn't be distracted by mating instincts, and gave them the ability to reproduce asexually so they would have large numbers for their tasks. He was an exceptionally powerful magician whose intellect was matched only by his lack of foresight.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, so the kobolds reproduced at an astonishing rate and soon overwhelmed the wizard, his stronghold, and the surrounding lands. Luckily, being small and about as bright as a particularly dim dog, they tend to fall prey to anything higher up on the food chain, which includes just about everything.
Yeah.
Even so, they remain a blight on every corner of Manara. Occasionally, the kobold may figure out how to construct simple traps, make rudimentary weapons, or even lead a group of their fellows in some semblance of tactics, at which point a pack of kobolds can go from a nuisance to a menace. They carry out raids on isolated farms and so on and so forth. The rest is all just kind of setting details. But these little guys have a very simple stat profile. One's in all of their ability scores except for agility, where they have a 2. One soak, because of that one brawn, and loincloth does not provide much armor.
Nope.
And 3 wounds, no defense.
Mm-hmm.
They have group skills of brawl, melee light, and skullduggery.
And they're considered a minion group. These guys are considered minions.
Yes, they are considered a minion. They have no talents, but it isn't all that makes them what they are. It is this. Not another! The ability they have. In an encounter with any number of kobolds, the GM may spend 2 threat from any check made by a PC to add 1 kobold to an existing minion group, or spend a despair to add a new minion group of 3 kobolds to the encounter. Now, I've talked about that in the past. That is an amazing ability. Mm-hmm. There's a great way to spend threat against kobolds, and I think we did that in the very first adventure that I ran for Terranoth. I actually threw kobolds at you guys, the Grognard group.
Yep.
With you and Daryl, Chris.
I think so, yeah.
So thinking about how you could do something with these guys for other settings. Now, first of all, you could throw kobolds in Keyforge as is.
Yeah.
You could throw them in there as is. You could throw them in and just call them gremlins in like a fantasy world. If you wanted to run Gremlins, the movie, and you wanted your Mugwai to multiply, this would be a great way. Just have your characters interacting throughout the beginning of the story, and
it starts raining.
Anytime 2 threat is rolled, anytime 2 threat or a despair is rolled for any roll, and just boop, there's another Mugwai.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a puddle there.
Yep.
Is it eating makes them multiply, or is it water?
It's
water.
Water that makes them multiply. It's eating after midnight that turns them into evil monsters.
The nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, but when is it okay to eat again? They never clarified that. Eating after midnight, but it's after midnight right now. after yesterday's midnight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a time.
I think it's after once the sun has risen. It's after midnight.
I'm just saying they never
Yeah, I know.
clarified that.
No.
Should have. Yeah, but anyhow, but also I thought for Keyforge, you could really reskin it a little differently and turn them into like a kudzu-like plant creature, where they're like little vine creatures that just multiply like kudzu, just quickly, they're growing everywhere. What the hell?
Yeah.
In a mythic setting, you could make them minions of Hades. You could just use the kobold as is, but you could make them some sort of minion of Hades that he has plagued upon an area.
Yep.
In Shadow of the Beanstalk, you could use them as like a self-replicating robot that creates via nanobots or a replication software and say like a factory. You know, you could stage them inside of a factory. And then
a 3D printer that keeps popping up kobolds or robots.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime someone in the factory rolls a despair or to threat, boom, more robots.
Nice.
But also, I had what really brought me to doing this was I saw that Scott Zumwalt had done a Krampus for the Something Strange setting, and he had posted that on the on Facebook, and it was well done, but made me think Krampus doesn't work well without his dark elves who serve him. And the one thing about Krampus's dark elves is there's always another one popping up out of the snow.
Not another one.
So you could very easily
oh my gosh.
And make them, instead of being for the Krampus ones, instead of making them proficient in melee light, maybe give them a few little magic tricks that they can do so they would just be proficient in brawl and skullduggery, and then have some magic tricks they could do, or maybe increase their cunning by one for the case, because those are
range light. Range light, definitely. So they throw snowballs. Any little
that's
toys,
true.
Right?
Yeah, you could just give them range light, and then just like maybe a point of
throw whatever
cunning, so that they're a lot more dangerous.
Yeah.
Sinister.
Yes. Throw those glass ornaments at you.
Yeah.
This is a great minion to throw in any setting. Just rewrite the colored text beforehand. There's no huge amount of descriptor in the stat block to where you have. I mean, as far as their gear, they have claws and teeth that can very easily be changed to branches and thorns for a plant creature, or mandibles and spines for some sort of bug.
Right.
Whatever you want to
your
call
self-replicating robots, those could easily be just like a piercing, like, leg or whatever.
Bladed
leg or something,
Yeah.
Stinger. They've got
serrated tail.
Crude blade. That's the only other piece of equipment they have. So
yeah, that crude blade could be any crude weapon, a blunt object that they've picked up or something, or in the case of the elves, a ice ball.
Right. Or a yellow snowball. That would suck.
Oh.
Those dark elves, man, they'll throw the yellow snowballs at you, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can go ow and ew
at the same time.
Oh, that's it. Use some advantage from their throws, like ew, I've stunned my opponent. Ew.
That's right. Maybe have them make like a little bit of like a resilience. Maybe a resilience check for poison.
Yeah.
Take a couple strain.
It's melting down my pants. Oh.
They hit me in the face. It's running my mouth. No.
Oh, man.
That's gross.
Why you hit me in the face with a sludge ball for?
So yeah, Take that off the slab and run with it, folks.
There you go.
Mhm.
All right, so we're back. Welcome to our next segment called Advantageous Threats. One of our favorite segments where we build, roll, and narrate die results for some sample skill checks for your entertainment and ours, of course. So today I'll be running a short little scenario. I was inspired by one of our listeners, Cody Doolittle, on Twitter, aka Tally Darkstar. He was just fiddling around with the Hero Forge website that builds custom miniatures. So you can really make whatever kind of creature or character you want, well, from mostly fantasy, but you can do sci-fi as well and horror. And they keep coming up with more stuff, accessories and bits and pieces for customizing the mini. And he came up with something really far-fetched and out there. A half centaur, half undead winged monstrosity wielding a flaming chainsaw and electrified minigun. And of course, he's got these big, old gunpowder cannons strapped to his back. Well, like you do, and a dragon's tail. Yeah. So I decided, hey, that's pretty good. I challenged him, hey, put some stats to that. And he did. I just tweaked it maybe a little bit, but he used a little website that's kind of cool for building stuff. I had the website here. Oh, God, I had it. I forgot about it.
Well, we'll put it in the show notes.
I'll put it in the show notes, but it's a cool, quick little website that allows you to build some NPCs too, but NPCs really quickly. And it's another alternative to RPG sessions. Has dice rollers as well. So I created that, and it's the Chimeric Centaur Belasco Thunderstep, who terrorizes the North American plains in a post-apocalyptic setting. He is the scourge of the Orange Sands, the leader of the mutant horde of Havoc. Mm-hmm. And he's found the settlement that our two heroes call home, and he wants to destroy the dam upriver and flood the valley.
Huh. Well, I don't know about you, Tony, but didn't we create like a cabin in the mountains somewhere? And we have plenty of water up there. No. Holy shit!
Rack up, Ross. Yeah.
Okay, so we got to put a stop to Belasco.
Yes.
Thunderstep. Okay, then.
We're playing the same characters we played last post-apocalyptic.
Yes. Refresh our listeners' memories there, Tony.
Who do you have, Tony?
Well, I am playing Pupper. Pupper is a mutant soldier. He kind of looks like a gray-skinned bulldog from the waist up, although he wears some hodgepodge homespun armor. He's loyal to a fault. I have a picture. It's on the RPG sessions. If you,
yeah,
that's
cool.
He's motivation wise, he's got a thing. He desires to belong. His fear is captivity. He doesn't want to be a captive. He was previously a prisoner in a traveling circus as a freak. His strength is loyalty. He is loyal to his friend to a fault. And his flaw is he has a bit of a simple mind. He likes to eat. He likes to sleep. He likes to
play on toys of hard rubber.
He likes to eat. He likes to sleep. He likes to play. Mm-hmm. Whatever the game is.
Yeah. And sniff butts.
He's Pupper.
Okay, Ross. How about you?
Well,
what about you, Chris?
Whoa. I'm playing a character who calls himself Keanu, because he's kind of a Keanu Reeves movie buff that he watched before the apocalypse happened. Found Pupper. They found each other. And he's pretty much a wiry, skinny ex-football player, baseball player from, star athlete in high school. I know he has Annie and Mika with him. Annie is his trusty nail bat, and Mika is his trusty zip gun. And of course, his loyal buddy Pupper.
That's right.
That's right. I mean, he's got some wicked sports pads though that he wears. His, football shoulder pads. Figured he'd use those. His motivation is, his survival. That's what he is. He's a survivalist explorer. His desire is safety for him and his friends, especially his buddy. He fears change, so he kind of goes through a daily routine. He just kind of fears change, and of course, with the apocalypse happening, he's just kind of a little screwed up in the head. But his biggest strength is he's courageous. He might be a wiry, skinny little bastard, but man, he'll pretty much try and do anything if it means the safety and survival. And the big flaw is he doesn't necessarily tell the truth all the time, but kind of deceptive, because he just had to learn to do that. Right? To survive all this time, but
I can't tell.
Would never lie to his buddy. Or would he?
I can't tell. I believe you, boss.
That's right. Good. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem.
So good. Yeah.
Totally heard this guy is going to be a pushover, potentially.
Well, that's it. So you're trying to...
Boss says it's true. It's true.
That's right. You're going to push him over the
sky is green.
Trust master. Trust master.
What the boss says is true. It's true. The sky is green. Grass is blue.
Mm-hmm.
True. I don't even
In
know.
the post-apocalyptic, yes, it is.
Yeah, probably is.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. So you've
probably need to go scout out this dam, huh?
Well, that's it. You've established yourself as a really good reputation with the settlement. Once you raided that old base and got some medicines, you were able to go back since you knew about it. And the robot was already damaged. You eventually took it down, and were able to raid a lot of those that base. But that's when you got discovered by Belasco. He followed you back to your settlement. Now he wants to raise the whole thing to the ground. Him and his horde of havoc. So while his horde is busy keeping the settlement busy attacking it, he's got fortified walls and stuff, makeshift, sheet metal and bricks and sandbags, and using whatever he can to protect the settlement. You guys have found that Belasco's heading up to the dam. He's kind of flying, running. And he substituted his cannons that are on his back for explosives.
Let's get him, Ross.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I might know the area pretty good.
You've been up and around. You've got an old Jeep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have access to get up there real quick.
Yeah. So we'll try and maybe use that Jeep and make our way up to the dam quickly, quickly as we can. Then.
Is this Jeep like open air?
Yeah, one of those old big military Jeeps. Nice. It's easy to maintain. Not a lot of electronics, so easy to maintain. Just mechanics.
Okay. All right. So we're driving along.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the passenger seat because I can't drive.
No.
and I'm hanging out the passenger seat, just letting the breeze hit my face.
Tongue out the side.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Lips are flapping in the wind.
There you go. That's right.
Goofy grin with slobber flying all over the place.
There we go. Absolutely.
And just in the distance, as you're getting close to the dam, it's an old thing, but it still runs. The power plant doesn't really work, but still the valves and stuff, locks still work. Apparently, Belasco has killed whoever was guarding the area, maintaining the valves and stuff. But now he's going towards the center of the dam to hopefully plant his explosives.
Okay. Well,
Hurry, boss. Chase him down.
Yeah, let's try and find a way into this place. And
Well, he's running along the on the top side of the dam.
okay,
He's kind of flying, hovering, running on the maintaining his balance, kind of with his wings.
yep.
Does the road go up that way?
Yeah, go all the way to the edge. You're on the opposite side of the river he's coming in from, but you can meet sort of in the middle. It's not a huge river.
Okay.
Maybe tops 100 yards or 100 meters across.
Yards. All right. Yeah, that sounds good. So it looks like he's running across the top. Is he looking for an entrance in, or to get inside of the dam? Then, right? To maybe put the explosives in, or he just
not even. He just wants to put them on. Yeah, on the
Wow.
on the downriver side. Let's say just on the bottom. But he needs to get to there and then slide them down, like get them off his back, and
So he's got wings though, too, so he can fly. So knocking him off
he's
this
weighted.
thing probably wouldn't help. But
Yeah, well, he's weighted down a little bit. Those explosives are pretty big. They're like the same size as his cannons. So he's more like hovering. He helps his wings help him fly or run a little faster, but he can't take off right now until he's dropped them off.
okay, well,
So-
Can we?
are we thinking ramming speed?
Whatever you say, boss.
Well, the top of the dam itself is wide enough for at least one vehicle to go across back and forth, but only one at a time,
That's cool. That works.
one direction or the other.
So let's drive up to him then.
You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah. Smash
All
him
right, so
with
you
it.
go.
There's
So
no
you go
debris in
past
the
the
way,
gate.
is there? That's the first
There's
thing I'm
just
looking for.
Yeah.
There's just one of those little gates that that's red and white painted, but that can easily blow through.
Nice. That's what we do. Watch his head. Get your head in. Pops out. Watch it.
Just before that, you just snake your way across the little barricade that just like those World War I beach things in metal, but you snake your way around it. Or there.
Oh, yeah, the dragon teeth. Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend a story point
Right.
to have in the back of the Jeep. We didn't put it there. Somebody did. I'd like to spend a story point to say that there is a rope with a weighted end, like a grappling hook in the back of the Jeep.
Sure. They found some kind of small anchor from a pleasure boat and tied a rope to that.
All right.
I'll rope him in case he tries to get away. Okay, boss.
All right. So I'm making a beeline straight towards this guy. And Papa,
All right,
I guess
and
you're prepping the lasso.
I'm climbing up onto the back of the Jeep, holding onto the roll bar, and I'm going to start swinging that thing overhead.
Nice.
Aiming.
All right. So everyone rolls either vigilance or cool. I already rolled for this guy.
Okay.
So he got a total of
yellow and a green for me. Oh, I got 3 successes on mine.
All right. I got pretty good for him. Okay, through 3 successes. 3.0.
Yep, for me. Yep.
Okay, puppers.
Yeah. For some reason, it's not rolling. All right, I'll have to use physical dice. The dice roller.
Well, sometimes you have to put a name to the dice action.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know why, but
That's right. I forgot. Okay.
even one letter is fine. I find.
All right. I had one single success. That's it.
All right, and this guy gets 4.
Meanwhile, I'll get my physical dice out because I'm tired of not being able to roll them.
4.3.1. He actually gets a triumph as well.
You got what?
Jeez, oh, crikey.
What'd you roll?
Got a triumph and 3 advantage and 4 successes. So he's managed. He sees you guys out of the corner of his eye, with his goggles, and puts on a bit of speed and will have a free maneuver. He gets a little further, an extra bit of wind or updraft with his wings, and is able to throw himself off a bit of extra distance.
Okay.
That'll be his one maneuver, so he's a little closer to the middle.
Okay.
And that'll be it. So that's his. So it's his action first, then player and player.
Okay.
So takes another maneuver as part of his regular action to keep moving, and sees you guys and sees the big dog boy flipping a heavy-weighted iron. Swings his chain gun towards you guys and starts opening up.
Oh no! Look out, Pupper!
All right. So that is his. Shields, come on. Where is it? Not flaming
gun?
chainsaw. Gatling gun. Where's his
Gatling gun? Holy bucket!
Yeah.
Bring it.
That's right.
Heavy armor, thundering hooves. No. Where's the stats for his Gatling gun? It doesn't appear on the stat block that I created for him.
Oh, no stats. Doesn't have it.
That's right. Might be in the flavor text, but
maybe.
He left it at home. Oh gosh, golly gee darn.
gosh, golly gee darn, he does have the explosives in his hand, though. Maybe, right?
All right. So now we'll just wing it. That's all.
Very nice.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So take his melee skill and just reduce it by 1. So just there you go. You guys are at long range for him.
Okay.
Still. And he's not taking a maneuvered aim. He's just firing. It's inaccurate because it's wielded in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the hell? He'll aim. Take 2 strain. What the hell?
Good.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Yeah, okay. Inaccurate. He'll spend a story point to upgrade that. So we got 3 yellow, 1 green, 3 yellow, 1 green, 3 purple, a black, and a blue.
You know what? Flip 1 on our side. Because we're going toe-to-toe with this guy in the Jeep, and then he's firing at us with the Gatling gun.
That's it. And he's got explosives on his back, and you never know. Things might get interesting.
Bullet could ricochet back.
Yeah. All right. No despairs. Quite a few failures. So those cancel out the successes, of course. All right. So I'm left with 1 advantage and 1 success. So he fires the Gatling gun.
All right.
Shoots at the vehicle. In general, not enough to activate any kind of ability.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. So no crits either.
Okay.
So it does damage to 13 points of damage to the Jeep.
Okay, which I'm thinking a Gatling gun is a personal scale weapon, and I do have the expanded player's guide up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll just look for a quick vehicle.
I call this an autocannon, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Autocannon? Yeah, sure. Let's see. So we'll just do a basic truck.
Yeah.
Basic truck looks like the basic truck has a 10 for a hull threshold.
Right.
So you do. So you just hit it, but I'm thinking a Jeep probably has about half that. I'm thinking probably 5.
I'll call it 6. Maybe
6?
they have been
All right.
reinforced. Yeah.
Well, it has 5 now.
It has 5 now, though.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. So smashing it up. So I'm guessing you're going to probably want a driving check on my turn for that, which I'll probably go so I could get Puppers close. So I'll try and close the gap here. And
I'll use the advantage to put an automatic setback on you.
Okay, so I'll do that.
One of the tires, not a tire, but some parts of the suspension is damaged, so that makes it a bit more difficult.
Okay.
Maybe the front bumper. You hit the front bumper, it fell off, and we rolled over it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Kind of ran over it. Okay, cool.
Good for 1 round.
So let's see. So I'm probably going fast enough to kind of close that gap. Probably not going like 100 miles an hour or anything. So probably going speed 1 or 2, probably. Going across the top.
Faster.
So I'm not sure what kind of check that would be. Maybe the silhouette of the vehicle is probably a 2 or a 3. And I think
call it 2, yeah. Just
2.
A little bit bigger than human, so...
Okay. All right, so I got 3 green, 2 purple, and a black, and I don't have any driving talents. That'll help me with this.
Okay.
Let's see. What kind of driving maneuvers can I do? I think it's just kind of an accelerate. So I'll just accelerate once. So the handling of the truck is a -3 or -2. But I'm thinking,
we'll say it's been souped up a little bit, -2 tops.
Okay, yeah, truck is -2.
Okay.
Wasteland
so
buggy is
-1
-1 for the Jeep, so another setback. Okay. Alrighty. Do you want to do anything to this pool?
Yeah, sure. I'll flip a point.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got 3 green, a red, a purple, and 2 black. All right. Let's get this thing closer. Okay, couple of cancels on the successes, but I do get a simple success and
good enough.
1 threat.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking,
so you
closing the gap. Ultimately, I kind of want to ramming speed, kind of hit him, but I don't think I'll get there this turn. But I'm getting close.
You're pretty close. Yeah, you're pretty close. This time you'll be like, it was like long range from each other. Now it's like medium range.
Medium or short range, maybe?
Oh,
so
short
Pupper
range,
can throw. So Pupper can make his. What kind of attack are you calling it, Stoney?
Improvised weapon thrown.
Improvised weapon, yeah. Range light or range heavy, whatever. We call it ranged. And go ahead then. So that was NPC, PC.
I did
PC
have a
again.
threat there. I don't know what you wanted to do with that threat.
With that one threat, okay, you're dodging some bullets. Maybe put a setback on Pupper's action.
Okay.
You're trying to avoid some obstacles and the bullets flying all over.
Accelerate a little bit.
Yeah.
Pupper's got to stabilize himself in the back as he's standing.
Yeah. Not quite so stable as he wants.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to petition my GM to let me use my brawn for this, because I am just trying to throw this at him.
Yeah.
Not trying to be finesse or anything like that. I'm just chucking it straight at him.
Right. Yeah, brawn would definitely be appropriate. Go ahead.
Cool.
Okay. So, brawn with a setback die.
You still have ranged. 2 story points on your side.
Ranged, you said, is short range?
Short, yeah.
But it's a heavy improvised weapon, so I'm going to add 2 difficulty. Okay. So it's a total of 3.
Right.
It's a freaking boat anchor tied to a rope.
Aim.
Yeah.
You're not moving. Aim.
Yeah, you can aim if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'll spend my maneuver to aim.
Aim that.
All right, so we're looking at a 5 green. That's my brawn.
Nice.
3 purple, and a setback and a boost die each.
Okay.
And I might want to triumph, so I'll flip.
Yeah.
Why don't?
All right.
Don't want him to hurt the settlement.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm okay with the roll, so no, I'm not flipping back. So.
Okay. So I ended up with a whole bunch of cancellations and a single success. That's it.
Oh,
awesome!
Hey, the success is the most important part in some way. So you did succeed at your action.
Right.
Hit him with a boat anchor.
Yeah.
Didn't roll enough advantage to ensnare him with it or anything, but I'm assuming since this is a heavy improvised weapon, we're talking brawn +3 maybe for damage.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay. So that's going to be 8 damage to him.
8 damage.
I'm sorry.
9, right?
9 with the single success.
There you go.
Okay. So he's a big creature, half horse, half man, really large. He's got 6 soak. Pretty tough.
Oh shit.
But still do some points of damage. 3 of them go through.
Clang!
Clang onto his shoulder. Ugh. Blood draws. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's that. Go back up to top of the round as he's takes another maneuver to get close to the middle of the dam. He's there.
So are we.
So, yeah, you're getting.
We were at short range. I think now we're right next to each other. So we're meeting right in the middle.
You're being in engaged range. So this time he's going to use his flaming chainsaw to cleave through the vehicle, and hopefully get you guys as well.
Oh, my.
So there we go. Brawn. Ooh, nasty. That's melee. Sorry. Brawn. So 2 yellow, 3 green. And melee, that's basic 2 purple. Let's see. He's got, it's cumbersome. Yeah, it's also a big freaking chainsaw. Yeah. It's not necessarily, it's unwieldy a little bit. So inaccurate. 1. And he'll aim 1, take another maneuver to aim. There you go, a little bit more strain. All right, so you guys want to do anything with this? I'm going to flip 1 to upgrade. 1 more.
Did we have 1 to start on our side?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Now you have 2.
Yeah,
so
let's flip that. Let's flip 1 because despair.
Well, that's it.
Despair, buddy.
You never know. Hopefully.
Well, you're not there. So we'll see.
No, the red came up blank, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, I know. Mm-hmm. So a couple of advantages, so they're canceled out. Okay. I'm left with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay.
So he's not really accurate with it. He doesn't use it to full effect, let's say, to gain some other additional damages, but still nasty. This damage plus 4, total of 9 base. And what did I say? 5 successes?
Yeah,
14 damage on the Jeep again.
Well. Oh.
As now the Jeep is more damaged and has another setback to any kind of maneuvers on it.
Okay.
That's the only thing I'm going to use the advantage on. That makes sense.
So another setback on that. All right.
Well, the first setback is gone.
Right.
You rolled over the fender.
Yeah.
This is just this round.
Okay.
There we go. So who wants to go next?
Well, Pupper, did you want to do something? Because I'm ramming his Jeep into him this turn. I'm just going to do a quick turn and a leap out of the Jeep.
All right, ahead. I'll leap out after.
Okay. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ram the Jeep into the guy and kind of jump out the other side, because you said it's skinny enough, this dam is, so that it's just one vehicle.
One lane, with a bit of a curb on either side. But
yeah. Okay.
Prevent anyone from actually accidentally going over the edge.
There we go. All right, so my driving check probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 green, 2 purple, and 2 black.
You're coming to a complete stop at speed 2, slamming into him, right?
Yep, pretty much. Well, it's going to be hopefully I'll hit him with the collision. Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, I did forget the last turn, but he's adversary 1.
So auto upgrade for the dangerousness, and maybe upgrade again for adversary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'd like, if we have a story point, I'd like to spend one, because I'd really
2.
like to get
now you have 1.
Like to get that.
Sure.
Advantage if I can, or
and I'll flip 1 back because you're engaged now with someone with explosives on his back.
Nice. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Can I aim?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
You're trying to aim with the vehicle.
Yes, I am.
What the hell?
Okay. So, not going to be successful. Actually, I am successful. 1 success, 1 threat again.
That's what counts.
So I basically, what I was doing, I want to run into him. So, pretty sure it's going to be a collision, right?
Yeah.
So a crit or what? Vehicle crit versus centaur crit.
So minor collision. If you're ramming, it's a minor collision on us. Yeah. We get 1 critical. For major collision, if he's a interpersonal, personal scale, I'd say give him a crit with plus 20.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
You guys want to roll the crit on him?
All right.
I'll let you get the...
Here goes the crit. Plus 20 is going to be 68 total. So I rolled a 48, so 68.
68. That's average. Scattered senses. The target removes all boosts from skill checks until healed.
Okay.
Ow.
So he can't aim. If he takes the aim, he won't get the bonus.
There we go.
All right. Boom. You hit him. There's the anchor flies up into his face. Pang. Oh.
Yeah.
Scattering his senses.
Uh-huh.
And do you think that would do damage too, Stefan?
Most likely. I mean, this guy's big, but he's not impervious, even though he's a mutant.
Right.
Well, for a vehicle, call it
large
vehicle damage
weapon.
Large improvised weapon of damage 2. Plus 1 for your success, it would be like 30 damage.
30?
For on the personal? Well, if it's personal scale, right?
That works.
I don't know.
Or half that, maybe. Yeah, right.
Okay.
I would think maybe half that. I don't know.
Half that? 15? Still pretty good. Pretty nasty. I won't have his soak value against that, though. Way too big. But, all right, so 15 damage. All right.
Sure.
He's still up. Bang! His wing is crumpled. He's, a leg is torn up pretty badly as you sort of skid by. It wasn't a solid on hit, but on the corner of the Jeep, you spin around a little bit with your threat. That'll impose a setback on the next character's action.
Okay.
You're skidding all over the place. So what's Pupper doing now?
Well, I'm going to leap on him and latch on with my patented pit bull bite.
All right. Go ahead. Doesn't have any defense, so
he is
silhouette 3.
All right. Well. Maneuver to move into engaged range.
Right.
And then
as we go by, him, probably. You just him.
Actually, you know what? I'll bull rush. So use the bull rush talent, which is in, I think that's in Terranoth, and I was looking it up to see what the verbiage on it is because I forgot to put that in my character.
It's 2 successes and an advantage, maybe. Maybe
I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm thinking berserk.
Bull rush. Move to engage foe. Make a brawl or melee check, and then use 3 advantage or triumph to knock prone and away 1 range band.
Oh, there you go. You can knock him prone. You basically get the knockdown.
All right. So
I can give you a boost die because you still have the rope nearby and can help get you closer engage range.
Not to mention the sudden stop that we're going, hitting the guy.
Yeah.
Spring you forward.
Cannonball special.
To get into range. Melee difficulty upgraded once for adversary. Does he have any defense?
Nope, no defense.
No melee defense.
Just one setback for the roll from
the crash.
From Keanu.
Yeah. One setback from leaping out of a crash. All right.
These guys were having the rope on them with the anchor kind of tangled up.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and use my maneuver to activate Berserker also.
Oh, all right.
Berserker.
So I'll spend the 2 strain to activate Berserk. And just double checking, I think that gives me some extra advantage.
I think it's 2 successes and an advantage, or 1 of each. Can't remember.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Berserk. There it is. It is...
Yeah. Add a success and
1 success and 2 advantage. Thank you. Sorry. I wish I had remembered to put that on. So I have that right here. Add it in. Now I'm rolling. Do you have anything else you want to do, Stefan?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Did you spend a story point? You got two on your side.
I left it alone.
Okay. I am too.
Okay. So that cancels that die. That cancels out my 2 advantage, leaving me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes and 2 advantage.
All right.
So,
so you managed to.
with 2 advantage, I'd like to just latch on.
Right.
I'm clamped on good. I'm not letting go.
All right. Sure.
All right. And so damage for Pupper's patented pit bull bite is going to be 7 plus the 6 successes for a total of 13.
13. All right. So the soak definitely applies this time. It's still 7 points going through.
Mm-hmm.
He can't use. He's got the parry talent, but that's not only applies against melee combat, so not in this case.
All right. I think it applies in brawl also.
Yeah, he can do it on this. He can parry that. Try to. If he takes damage, right? He can reduce it.
Okay, so he can suffer 3 strain. 1, 2, 3, and reduce the damage by 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
5 ranks in parry. Holy cruts. Thanks, Cody. Jeez.
Or 2 rank, 2, 3. I think that'd be 3 ranks.
3 parry 3.
That's 3 ranks. Yeah. Sorry, it's 2 plus ranks. That's all right.
7. You would only suffer 2 points of damage. After all of that, so he manages to twist and you bite, but not as deeply as you want. But you're still latched on. True toy. All right, final round. We'll see what goes on. 3rd round.
Let's.
Of course, now he's pissed off at being rammed, and now he's got his dog ripping at him. So chainsaw whips around, flaming, of course. Tries to hit Puppers. All right, and he's got, since you were berserk, he gets an advantage against you. 1 success against you.
Yep, he gets a success.
So that's again his melee. 2 yellow, 3 green. Right. And 2 purple. Do you have any defense?
No.
All right, no defense. That's fine. It's inaccurate. Still gets a setback, though. You can't get any bonuses for aiming because of his critical injury, but I will flip my last story point to upgrade.
Well, I will flip one back.
All right, and upgrade
because
there.
Pupper's moving around a lot. When he bites on, his body's writhing back and forth.
Nice.
All right. So there we go. All right, so those 2 cancel there. Do I have anything else? 1 there. I do have a couple of successes, 2 successes, and 5 advantage. So 3 with 3 successes, that's a total of, let's see, his damage plus 4. So 9, base 9, plus the 2 successes. So 11 damage.
All right. I'll soak 7 of that. Take 4.
Pierce 2, though, because of the both flaming and chainsaw effect.
I'll take 6.
And his crit is 4, so I'll use his one of them to inflict a. I got someone in my window, a stalker in my window of my office, my husband at night. And it's vicious 1, so plus 10.
Yeah, bring it.
A total of 100.
Oh no!
Crippled. One of the target's limbs is impaired until it's healed. Increase the difficulty of all checks that require that limb by 1.
Holy buckets!
So whips the chainsaw around and damages one of his arms, his right arm, as it bites and flames.
Yep.
Oh my!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let go.
No. puppers.
Like added effect. I'm just gonna let go and.
Yeah. And one advantage left. I'll just set back to the next character going. Who goes next?
Well,
if you want to, feel free. It makes sense.
I think Pupper's gonna react.
Yeah.
That yelp turns into a growl.
Right.
And I'll aim this next one. And,
right. So you've got 2 story points on your side.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try and latch on again. Just making sure I have grapple. I was making sure I could. I'll activate it if I hit.
All right.
So yeah, we'll do that. All right, here goes. Do you want to do anything else to the pool?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, you know what? Pupper's angry.
Yeah.
So he is going to go ahead and upgrade.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I should have asked. I should have done that first, but in fact, you know what? Put it back. Okay. Now roll.
No.
All right. Oh boy, this is a exciting roll. Here we go.
Oh.
There's a triumph and a despair.
Oh. All right.
However, I have two successes.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantage, a triumph and a despair.
All right. So you do manage to basically bite him again? Is that what you were?
Yeah, latching on.
Right. So
Okay.
how much damage there? Just to go.
That is going to be 7, normally 9.
9. All right.
2
3
successes.
points 3 points go through. Perfect.
And triumph, I'd like to knock one of the explosives off him and it goes falling down into the river.
Sure.
Nice.
All right. One of them. Bloop.
Or both.
As-
Sploosh. Or both. I don't care. If it's a triumph. I have 5 advantage. I could totally
yeah.
Knock the explosives
2
off?
of them.
knock all the
2.
explosives off for all of
Yeah.
them.
The two large tubes that look a bit like the cannons on the illustration that I've got. They slide, but with the despair, one of them slides on the opposite side. Instead of where upriver, and it'll probably slide on the inside by the side of the dam. And if it explodes there, boom, it might fracture the dam anyway. Well, the other one flies off downstream, and even if it explodes down the river, it won't break the dam.
Gotcha. Okay, I get what you're saying. So they both. So basically, I just tried to grab a hold of him, and I grabbed the straps that was holding those on, and I just shredded through those. Took a chunk of his flesh off with it, and they fall in opposite directions off his back.
Gotcha.
That's
one
it.
going upriver, one going downriver.
You were like on a bucking bronco, basically. He's trying to get you off as well with the flaming chainsaw.
Well, I mean, all he had to do was buy me some wine first.
Yeah, well. He's a mutant. He has no etiquette.
Awesome.
So one cannon goes flying into the lake, basically, which could be pushed against the dam. The other one flies downstream.
All right.
And then we go to finally the last PC slot, Chris.
So you said that, I picture just me stopping. So if I hit him, kind of controlling the vehicle and stopping at like maybe short range on the other side of him, right?
Yeah.
Turn around in my seat, draw the zip gun, and kind of prop it on the back of my seat, right? And kind of take a shot at this guy unless the pipe bomb coming towards the dam, I don't know if a zip gun would be able to blow it up. Now we'll shoot this guy because he's hurting my buddy. Okay. Hurting my buddy. We'll shoot the zip gun. So short range, I'll aim. Yep. I'll take some strain to aim because I'll figure it'd be kind of a maneuver to kind of stop and draw my gun.
All right, cool.
So short range.
Adversary 1, but no defense.
Adversary 1, no defense. Okay. You said he's silhouette 3, right?
Yeah, he's big.
So I'll add boost die to that.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
And then, let's see. And then anything else? Was there any negatives that would be sent my way? No, that's right. We sent the 1 tube off the other way. That's right.
Yeah.
And do we have any story points on our
2
side?
story points.
Okay, I'm going to wait because I do have the lucky strike. So I'm going to hold off, and if I do hit, I may activate that.
All right, cool.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, oh yeah. So the red comes up negative. So I do hit him for 2. So that's going to be 7 damage.
All right.
I'm going to flip a point and add 4 more to that with my cunning strike, my lucky strike. Okay. So that's going to be 11 damage total. No pierce or anything. Oh, hang on a second. I had an inferior. It's an inferior weapon. Okay, 10 damage. That came up one.
Okay, total of 10 damage? All right.
10 damage, yep. Perfect. And then I will, it is crit 4. I do have 4 advantage. I will crit him, too.
All right. Okay, but Zszree, they've been out? Okay, excellent. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
All right. So how many crits does he have on him? He has a 1 from us hitting him with the vehicle. Tony, did you crit?
Yeah.
Or no?
Just 1 crit.
1 crit on him? All right, so 60.
60. Total. Agonizing wound.
Awesome.
You would increase the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until healed. So he's...
Rock on.
He's scattered senses and critical injury. So...
Popper! No!
Yeah.
As that bazooka comes down and hits the dam, maybe?
Right.
For next time?
We'll see. Yes, but at least, So I missed maybe a little bit of the roll. You said
so I had
some damage.
I did hit him for 10 damage.
Right.
And then I did the 60 for the crit on him.
The crit. All right.
Yep.
No threats or
no threat. No negatives. No negative came up.
No negatives. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So you managed to disarm him of his ball.
That was with the lucky strike damage.
That was lucky strike. All right. So they may have averted the threat. We'll see maybe in the next episode to see what happens.
I will say this: my crit that I'd have is not 100. Yep. I forgot I have a rank of durable, and it's not a May. It's automatically reduces by 10.
Oh,
so actually, you rolled a 90. So adjudicate that crit instead. But
so it would have been compromised. Increases difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until healed.
All right. And I just rolled 1, and I got a threat, so I had 1 less advantage.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Okay.
That's sweet. We'll still. So yeah, nasty combat with the big mutant monster.
Gosh.
Big nasty mutant monster. Yeah. Cody, I hate your monster.
Yeah. I had 43 wounds.
Holy 14, cats!
Yeah, maybe I should have let him do 30 to him. Jesus.
14 strain, 6 soak.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I went hog wild on him.
You did.
But yeah, this little tool called Genesys Helpers has a couple of tools, one for initiative, dice, and the Adversary creator, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
And you can it has all the stuff from the EPG, so you can, when you build creatures, I want the tough creature, and I want the predator, and I want the gunslinger stuff.
Awesome.
And then you can manually, of course, override some things like, I want the custom characteristics instead of the characteristics of, let's say, the born leader or the cunning foe. So,
nice.
Kind of neat little tool. There you go. That was Advantageous Threats.
All right, everybody. Well, that is our show for the night, for the month,
for the year,
for the week, for the year. That's right, for the year. And next time, like I said, we're going to end our Saturday morning cartoon series, our 3-part. We might come back to them. There are other Saturday morning cartoons. We'll come back to them next year. We have the Speed Buggy Invitational 2021. So that's what we got next. I don't know if
Excellent.
we have any listener feedback. Do we there, Stefan?
Yeah, we got an email, but it was more personal for you, homie.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I
Fantasy
think
Ground module. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I think I might have mentioned that. Yeah, some guys are creating a Fantasy Ground module for Fantasy Grounds Unity.
Yeah.
So look for that out on the Fantasy Grounds forums, everybody out there. And if I find the link to it, I'll throw it in the show notes.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
and yeah, the only other thing about listener feedback would be if you have an idea for another Saturday morning cartoon, maybe one of our listeners has some idea, reach out to us on any kind of social media platform or through our email.
None of that obscure shit. I don't want some freaking cartoon about some freaking monkey that is selling insurance
Obscure anime.
Uzbekistan. I ain't gonna know about that guy.
Something fairly popular.
remember, we're grognards that grew up with the 80s and the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Cartoons from the 70s and 80s. Other than that,
Bugs Bunny and stuff. And,
Pull out Dora the Explorer on me, and I'm going to come over and clobber your computer.
though, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing, what were those Teletub things, man? We could totally do a kind of a Keyforge harpooning
I'm out.
Teletubbies, right?
Mutant Teletubbies.
Yeah. Big purple dinosaur.
We reskin them like the kobolds.
I love you.
Another one.
Oh, God, poor us.
All
All right,
Yeah.
well, yeah, if you're going to send those suggestions in, you're going to email them to us at findingthenarrativepodcast@gmail.com, or reach out to me and Stefan on the Facebook at Finding the Narrative. All three of us Finding the Narrative on MeWe, or Stefan alone if you just wish to talk to him alone and it personal.
One.
It's at FTN_Genesys. And recommend us to others. Tell them to listen. We're on Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, and maybe more.
iHeartRADIO. Well, that's probably
I like saying and more.
Yeah, I like and more. There's more.
Because there's that last
You know,
one,
we could take Spotify out of this list, and then we'll add Spotify and iHeartRadio to the quote unquote more. Right?
Who'd have thought it?
Who would have?
Because more is always the safety word as well.
That's right. It is your safe word. All right. So this is Tony saying, let's tell a story, spend the story point.
And this is Stefan saying, dare to ask for more boost dice.
And this is Chris telling you all to remember the rule of cool and hold on to that steering wheel when your pet mutant dog buddy soldier leaps on a big fucking centaur. And just have fun doing it.
Yeah, have more fun.
Yes, have more fun doing it. So, good night and good year, everybody.
Happy New
See
Year.
you in 2021.
Finding the Narrative, a Genesys RPG podcast, is not affiliated with or endorsed by any companies mentioned on this show. Any of the products mentioned on our show or appear on our website are the property and copyright of their respected owners. All items are used under fair use and educational and review purposes. All other items are the intellectual property of Finding the Narrative, a Genesys RPG podcast. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved.